Greetings, minions. I'm Empress Red, and this is the M3 Radio Independent News. If you could read my mind, love, what an X-rated tale my thoughts would tell. I'm kind of glad you can't, but I wanted to put some of my thoughts into these imaginary letters to a lot of very important people in my life. I'd prefer to deliver missives to my minions face to face, but for now we'll tweak technology the M3 Radio New Millennium way. Please be advised. Bitches, you've been served. Dear American voter, how are you? Ever wonder why the Miss America pageant has 50 contestants, but our government only has 2 parties? Does the Electoral College make sense to anyone except those who abuse the system? We talk about terrorism as a threat to American democracy, but what about voter fraud? Please write back soon. Sincerely, your pen pal, Empress Red. Dear President Bush, you say you're unwilling to pass along the cost of a child health bill to our children, but you're willing to pass along the cost of your wars. And by the way, that health care bill was entirely funded by a tobacco tax. In fact, no burden will be borne by our babes, but for the bone-crushing one they'll bear with your failure to find Osama bin Laden or those WMDs. RSVP, GWB. Dear Mayor Bloomberg, Officer James Zadroga is a hero. He served New York City and went well above and beyond the call of duty on 9/11 at Ground Zero. He was one of the 4 valiant groups that came to our rescue that day: the police and fire department, the EMS, and the volunteers. Sir, maybe you missed the point, but right now, here in New York City, we need heroes, and heroes need respect. P.S. It goes with the territory. Dear Prime Minister of Iraq, are you crazy? Your pledge to fight Kurdish rebels may lead to the gallows. If I'm not mistaken, a former Iraqi leader was tried and hung for putting down a Kurdish rebellion. I'm not saying lightning strikes twice, but you just may want to consider recent events as well as the occupying regime's history of playing ball then turning their backs. Signed, a friend. Letter to self. Look for new ways to deal with old problems. Caltech students cut classes and spent the day picking olives that would usually stain their walkways, then made 12,000 bottles of olive oil to raise money for scholarships. So you take a problem, turn it into a plus, then pass back the positive. How cool is that? Letter received from self. File under new ways to deal with old problems. Dear husband stationed in Iraq, this is harder than we planned. Distorted and disconnected phone calls, emails that sound cold and distant, and text messages that don't say enough drive me crazy. Maybe one day we'll look back on it and laugh. Until then, I hope you get my packages, get home soon, and that my love protects you. Your wife, Jessica. I feel like you've been reading my mail, like you've seen the sordid details and delved into the dirty laundry of my mind. Maybe it all wasn't really pretty, but I bet it got your engines running and triple excited. Now I've shown you mine, so it's time to show me yours. Send me some love. Address your undressed ditties to Empress Red in care of M3 Radio Independent News, and seal it with your favorite bodily fluid. Sayonara, bitches.